your old traits don't leave you, you have forgotten your contract, what you have agreed to, and even when you are being sent onto earth in the fetus, it is known that there are chances that you will forget what contract you agreed to. Having understood your entire situation, how you agree just for that breather from whichever realm you are freed up. It is understood from the realm, but it is already understood from the realm that if you digress from that contract with free will, and you already actually come from a realm that is not a good one, there are payments to be made by you, but you are not making it. Instead, you are adding debts to your contract. It is understood that you will end up in that same realm or worse than it for a longer period of time. It is on basis of that contract that you are given the fetus, soul to fetus, to birth, to mostly the human form has the freedom by free will to choose what it wishes to do, right? You understand the process? You understand the process? So, I don't know what this is. Remember, I had a dream where I see a doctor. I'm hiding behind the curtains and I'm looking in and I'm seeing there are two cats on the medical table. I told you this in 2020 or 2021 what I'd seen, where Priyanka Shahi was working in my home at that time. But Priyanka Shahi, the actual Nepali girl, probably had some cheap shit shape-shifting for her too. That is the reason I refuse to keep domestic help in my home, because I don't want crappy people shape-shifting in place of my domestic help, which you did both in Priyanka Shahi's case as well as in Madhav E. Reddy's case, Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy's case. You brought in crapsters 2022 end onwards. If Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy, between the end of 2020 to the beginning or the first quarter of 2022, actually I don't really need to chase her tail, okay, you do and whatever, she finishes and she says, okay, she's going, she's okay. It's a good girl. The other girls that you brought in were not good. In fact, they're a pain to deal with. So much so their time gets reduced to once a week to do cleaning at my home. Amongst them are the earlier mentioned people with very dark souls. Crappy souls, because you brought onto the door what was done with those people. So you have been doing this everywhere. That's one of the reasons. And you do that so that you start unscrewing the society, first as workers, then you are replacing people after murdering them and rotating. So that is the work of, I was told, it started in 85, but then 99 it happened with Kabir Gupta's identity. Before that it happened with JAYA.ADVANI Gupta's identity. Before that with Koshi-ADVANI Gupta's identity. You have been doing this from Bombay for the longest time. And before that, Suchitra Mirchandani, Advani's identity, 1986 onwards. So you brought lots of crap into this country and plugged them into grabbing assets. You have used the, I don't want to say it, but whoever's being allowed to leave from this country with assets to other countries, that's all blood money and stolen wealth. Part of your central network. And when people who are not of that quality have our own assets, if we want to leave and go to another place, you will create such a bloody pain in the ass situation for leaving and going, because that's what you have done. You want to do what? A flip cart. You can't flip cart in a cheap one berth. You'll be put in your place for the long term, where it matters, where you are in your real form, naked as a soul. It's my oath to you. And it's not just me, it's my entire network in the afterlife that's going to teach you a lesson and put you in such a place. Next 427,000 years, the world will be depleted. The khandars of Afghanistan will move everywhere you can find in the world. But your bloody useless Atma soul will have to incarnate on earth. You're going to be the last ones to leave. You greedy shits. You can understand how desperate they are. They're like domestic helps of the lowest class. Makes no difference. Because they're that desperate. You know why they're that desperate? Because of the loka they come from. Nothing else. They're desperate because they are uneducated. Second, they come from a land of nothing. They have grabbed in desperation. Murder is inconsequential because of the desperation at the soul level. Nothing else. And this is a pillow. So this is not ready. This is just a red bloody pillow. Alright? So it changes something to red. No, I don't know. No, ready. I don't know. And if Apollo Hospital, those 4 girls, the founder's daughters, you messed around with, side by side with NTR, through the India Book House Connect, which is directly connected to the Advani household, with no foul play. The other partner in Calcutta directly connected to the Advani household. The partner in Bombay connected directly to the Advani household. So Hiranandanis, Shatlanis, with no in-betweens. You have gotten rid of these people, somebody in all that network, when you messed around with the Advani network, 1986 onwards. You would not have left them. And through that network, you would have further gone into whatever that extended network, Calcutta, Bangalore, Bombay, Delhi, and Chennai. You would have corroded all of it. Yes, the merchant household network is through for the Gujaratis, Marwadis. But you are actually desperados from a shithole. From impoverished Euro-Asia with a very, let's just say, a very uneducated mindset. Yes, getting rid of somebody in royalty from the Middle East and latching on to their money for your spend out. Evil as hell. Is anyone over here? Is the fan coming in your way? Okay, the fans is not coming in your way. I'm happy. Now the point is, I was disturbed in my sleep, sweetie. First and foremost, if I can ask you, you are who? You are JAYA.ADVANI, my sister. Should I say you are Varsha Sadrangani Advani? If I had to ask about your mother and you and my father, you are JAYA.ADVANI Sadrangani? Are you Katrina? Are you Shambhav E? Yesterday Shambhav E was here. Shambhav E said that she was Katrina, that she was married into and lived at Brewery House. She said she was stolen from. She said that version of Ritu 1998 was a villain. Did she say that? That she crossed paths with a villain on the identity of Ritu Malia? I had to ask her that the black and white photo, the Ritu Malia who initially got married and became Ritu Malia, is this woman. This is the woman who became Ritu Malia. Where is it? This one. This is Kailash Advani. This is the woman who became Ritu Malia. This is her first husband. After this husband of hers passed away wearing the black coat, in her second marriage as a widow, she got married and became Ritu Malia. This woman. This woman. So was this woman the evil woman that Shambhav E says this is evil? Is this woman Varsha JAYA.ADVANI's father's sister? Is this woman JAYA.ADVANI's father's sister from another mother? No, the holder of the pendulum. I have not have I had a shower as yet, or have I had a bath as yet? Have I had a bath as yet? Have I brushed my teeth? So we're talking about me who hasn't brushed my teeth yet. As soon as I have woke up, I've come here to sit to do this because I've been disturbed through my sleep with a whole lot of downloads, which is highly disturbing to me, connected with Varsha.ADVANI's identity. Indra, Indu, Rain and REIGN, 4 identities of one girl. And something to do with mathematics, how it culminates with Aarti Satrangani Nanthur's identity, Shilpa Rao's identity, and Varsha Satrangani-ADVANI's identity, all born in 1975. Something to do with 222, to do with number 666, to do with number 4. And also Vinod Mirchandani's identity, born in April 1975, the same year. One boy who's a little effeminate and 3 girls, all from the same, all born in the same year, and there seems to be confusion on all their identity. So I was disturbed and woken out of my sleep regarding this. So I started this session almost immediately, as soon as I woke up. Now I'm trying to understand the relationship between you people, and especially Varsha Satrangani-ADVANI, Kailash.ADVANI, Kailash Hingorani, Mrs. Ritu Malia, legally married. This Kalavati Hukumatrai-ADVANI, supposed to be my grandmother. This supposed to be my grandfather, and that's supposed to be my father. Now, is this my father, the girl who has not brushed as yet? Is this my teeth? I haven't brushed as yet. Right? I haven't brushed my teeth as yet. So is this my father? Mr. Kani Hukumatrai-ADVANI or Kanayalal Hukumatrai Gurmukh-Das-ADVANI? Is this my grandfather? Mr. Hukumatrai Gurmukh-Das-ADVANI? Is this my father's sister, Kailash.ADVANI or Kailash Hukumatrai Gurmukh-Das-ADVANI, or then Ritu Malia in her second marriage, Mrs. Hingorani at this point in time? Is this my grandmother who looked after me whenever she was at Jaswell, which was for about 7-8 years from the time I was born? She's the one who named me as JAYA.ADVANI, and no one ever went against her wishes. And I was named JAYA.ADVANI because of Jaya Baduri and some movie that had just released. Is that why I got my name? And at the same time, many other Sindhi girls got the name Jaya in Bombay. So is that true? Whatever I've been told as a child, is that what I have said here true? So this is my actual family. This is my actual family. Are we red? Do we prefer to marry Sindhis only? Because we are a dwindling community and we really don't like stepping out if we can help it. Most Sindhis have been murdered. In India, many Sindhis have been murdered. At least South Bombay Sindhis, many have been murdered and replaced. The ones with the let's just say the Euro-Indian connect with no nefarious deeds to their name, well off enough to sustain on their own network, have been eradicated from India. They were murdered, stealth mode. It extended to the Gujarati and the Marwari network that they were connected with in India and in Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore and Chennai. So it is true. Am I their date? Whoever spoke from the SETA drive? Do I even know them? Have they ever shown their face as themselves to me? And whenever they have come in front of me, have they actually worn the identity of somebody who is either working at my home or then part and parcel of, let's just say, our kith and kin? Have they always shape-shifted into those places? Is it only the biometrics, in case you are able to catch their eyes behind the hidden faces of other people's identities? Is that the only thing that is the giveaway of all the miscreants? Yet the government, which is actually a fake one, and then the military working under them, along with intelligence, which is actually gang wars, are they all to be blamed for the situation that has happened? Okay, coming down to a simple thing. Is my name Jaya Kanyalal Hukumatrai Gurmukdas-ADVANI? Was I provided for at number 4 Jaswell, first floor, 9 New Main Lines, Bombay 20, before I turned into a teenager by my own father's resources? Did he put stuff into my name and my actual sister's name? They lived over there way before on old rent. It is my father that bought the flat from the builder, who was also a Sindhi called Jasomal. It is the grabbers who are shapeshifters who grabbed from this family and their descendants and put some of them out onto the street too. Did they put some onto the street? Okay, did they grab assets, rear door entry, and try to transfer them through technology? And were they our workers actually, helped by the Indian government of that time? Okay, moved into the place of the Indian government in today's day and age after having rear door entry stolen, if the military needs to understand what happened. Tied their hands with all the most nefarious contract killers, snipers, pipers, terrorists from around the world to maintain their position, are a threat actually to world peace and to world goodness. Highly incompetent, other than stealing, grabbing, lying, cheating, murdering, is the qualifications of the miscreants who are the wrongdoers of the families they worked for. These are the employers. Are these people their employers? Some of their employers in this photo. These are some of the employers and my family. These are some of the employers and some of my family. These. It is these people's employees who have gone and done the worstest of crime. The Indian military needs to hunt them down with world military, because actually intelligence is a mess worldwide. Is it true? They have brought in clones, the Bin Laden style, and done gang wars hiding behind intelligence worldwide. Do you understand the situation or you don't understand the situation? I cannot be more clear than this. I cannot be more clear than this. I'm fed up of you people. I want to ask you some questions. Is Reddy still alive? The boy called Reddy, is he still alive? He's hiding out at Elon Musk's camp. He's one of the shapeshifters. Is he himself Satan? Is that boy actually Satan? He has a sister who helps him. Am I Satan? Is this family Satan? Is this family Satan? Is this family Satan? Did this family say no to Satan? And so they brought them poverty or tried stealing their assets at every turn because they said no to satanic stuff? Is this family actually blue-blooded, keeping this man out, and this woman is just an addition, got nothing to do with us? But this man is the son-in-law of this family, right? He's the one with his resources when he has married my father's sister to New York and to London. It is his father who has a dispensary on Oxford Street, London, during this time and before this time. So keeping this man out is this. Is this, these four people, are they noble bloodline? Is what I want to understand. The two ladies and the two men on either side, are they noble bloodline? Are they Reddys? Am I a Reddy? Reddy is hiding in my shoulder blade by any chance, or has poked anything into my abdomen or on the back of my throat or in my ears, stealth mode, lies through his teeth, steals like there's no tomorrow, is cheap to the hilt. Did you say I am satanic because he's hiding through technology in my body? Did his sister work as Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy at my home? Was she brought into my home by that guy? Is it coincidence that Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy worked at my home? Was Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy trying to investigate something, and so she used the Reddy surname to see if anything comes up? Was Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy ever married to this man called Reddy, being Elon? Did that man called Reddy ever shapeshift in Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy's home ever? Is there any connect with Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy and that boy Reddy who is working as Elon Musk in America? Is there any connect? Did he remove her from her assets and move her down to the level of working at other people's homes? Was that girl actually from Apollo Hospital, the decent one, in any way? Is that girl actually from a very good, rich background? Was that girl hired ever to work at Elon's camp or at Bezos's camp through him ever? Did she ever get a job with them? And she was badly done too, so she left the job? Is that what is the connection? That girl is still in her human body today? That girl was murdered while she was working at my home. That girl was murdered while coming and going from, Purva Palm Beach, which I have already shown. So she was stealth mode murdered and replaced by the 10 shapeshifters. The 10 shapeshifters, in place of murdered Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy, were placed by Reddy, being Elon Musk in America. So Reddy, who is Elon Musk in America, he shapeshifted for dead SRL ever in my marriage in Bangalore or Ranka Park or those 5 months he crossed paths with me? Has he ever shapeshifted for Nikhil Advani, the dead, murdered Mr. Nikhil Advani? He shapeshifted for Nikhil Advani also. Did he ever shapeshift for Mr. Kanayalal Hukumatrai Advani, who's over here? So did he ever shapeshift for my father or your father over here in this photo? At Fort Jaswell or wherever, did this guy ever shapeshift for this man? This is my father. Did that guy ever shapeshift for what I just pointed out to? On the back of it, he created a big mess in our entire Kitkin, Sindhi Kitkin, and whatever extends to the, wherever it extends. So if the Bantwal community gets connected through, even we don't know them, but let's say a Vijay Mallya connect because of Mrs. Ritu Mallya. Or then let's say kith and kin of the youngsters, wherever it goes. Then from the merchant household, if it goes to the Marwari Gujarati community. From the Advani, Sadrangani, Hiranandani, Jaktyani, Mirchandani, Gidwani, so on, Shahani, so on and so forth, the entire network of Sindhis extending itself to some Punjabis and to some Sikhs, because mostly it's the Guru Sikhs. All of them got affected because of that guy. Today he's playing Elon Musk. He is Satan. How did he become Satan? Can you tell me? Is it because he was neurally connected to something satanic? A trade-off? So everything in his brain is actually controlled by whoever sending him the brain signals? Has this got any connection to do with Bin Laden? 8-10 of them hunted down by the US military. Not sure whether it was George Bush's time or Clinton's time, can't even remember it, or Obama's time, can't remember it. But they find so many replicas of him. And till today, they don't know whether the real Bin Laden was even murdered, taken into custody, or he's still alive. The guy in the Khandars, which means the underground tunnels of Afghanistan, is what I think it is. This comes from whose camp? Saddam Hussein's camp? Whatever this replication comes from Saddam Hussein's camp? It comes from Bin Laden's camp? There is somebody who allowed Bin Laden or created multiple levels of Bin Laden to confuse the military in the world. Primarily it was the American military at that point in time. Do people know the reality of who actually creates the clones? Is the ethnicity of the one who creates clones Indian from Hindu India? Are you sure it is Hindu India that has created the clones, who has the ability to create the clones? Is it from Apollo Hospital, Chennai, that the clone creation started? Is it from the Marwari Rajasthani community where cloning actually developed? So is it the Marwar region? But Marwar says that it had to go under the Gungat because of the Mughal invasion into India. And so that bloodline kind of mixed. Is it actually a joint venture between the Marwar and the Mughals together that is behind the cloning? The Mughals, do we say, are the Arab people in Middle East? The Marwars. So, how do we understand the question of who is Mughal? Pakistanis are Mughals. Mughals live outside of India. The handshake is between the Marwar region of India with Mughals outside of India. Is it Pakistan that is the Mughals? Is it Arabia that is the Mughals? Is it Eurasia that is the Mughals, which means like Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kurdistan? So you are saying there is a handshake between Uzbekistan, Kurdistan, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan. Are there more countries? Kazakhstan? It is the Marwar region, the state of Rajasthan, hand in glove with Eurasia, that is responsible for all of this. Are you sure that's what the problem is? Did they extend? So, do they have a worker network that they put to use? The workers, okay, the workers hired are from these countries anymore that I just mentioned? Their worker network is from where? From Arab land, have they got any hired workers at India? From the bottom of the Arabic pyramid? So you say they have converted the Arab land, bottom of the pyramid, into workers for them in India, and wherever else they have let them go, they arrange it. In India, you told me that Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa had been hired. So, would you call them partners with equal share with the Marwar region and the Mughals, or whatever the spoils are? Would you call them the worker class hired by these two? First and foremost, would you call the Mughals, that we just identify who Mughals are, with the Marwar region, would you call them partners at the top of their pyramid, or whatever it is that they have tried doing? So you call them as the partners at the top of the pyramid? The workers they hired from Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Orissa, Bihar, so they are considered workers who work for them, along with bottom of the pyramid from the Arab class of people, or those who went to Arabia. What about Kerala? Kerala also works for them. Without knowing it, they are considered the worker class. West Bengal, worker class. Their direct competition were the Sindhis in the business class. And so this is not solvable in India. It's very regressive thinking. Does this bring them good future in the future? Does it bring them good tidings in the future karmically? No, do you see prosperity? Because our Modi, Namo Namo, no more, no more, promises you a $4 trillion economy in India. So do you see that happening, that India goes to be a $4 trillion economy, sustainable for the future? Is it a sustainable economy? Does it have great growth prospects, not sustainable at 3-4 trillion, but goes on to become zillions in the future? Do you see bad karma on the back of which there is regression for everything on earth, taking it to the deserts of Marwar, spreading all over the world as an outcome of very bad seeds sown? Are these people responsible for that situation worldwide? Satan hiding in my body, called Reddy, who is shape-shifting for Elon Musk. Should I say murdered Mr. Elon Musk? The boy shape-shifted in for dead SRL also at Ranka Park. He has shape-shifted for Nikhil Advani too, dead Nikhil Mirchandani Advani. He is responsible for the murder of the real Nikhil Mirchandani Advani in Bombay. This boy is responsible for murder of many people worldwide. The Reddy boy, Satan, who you say he is. He is a worker for the Marwar and the Mughal connection at the top of the pyramid. They were aware of the shape-shifting that happened at Ranka Park. They are the cause of it. They are the cause of it. You have seen their Akashic records going forward. Have you checked it out, what they have earned and how it goes against them? No, first and foremost, let me not say it goes against them. Have you checked? Did you have not yet had a hearing, right? Have you had a hearing with the upper realms as yet, Katrina? Katrina, are you over here? Katrina Kef. Are you over here? Within this 1 year of the year 2026, are there chances you will have your hearing with the lit realm of judges? Nobody in the body, all as spirit in the afterlife, amongst the 14-15 realms that exist in the universe. To find your place in the universe, to figure out what exactly happened with you, whether as Katrina Kaif, whether as Shambhav E. Also for the real Mr. S.M. Krishna, Congress. I would like you to do me one favor. I would like you to again check the angle of Marwar partnership with what you are saying Mughal. For the devastation it has created in other communities. Do you call them greedy? Do you call them greedy? No, is the motivation for welfare in the world? Do you see it that the motivation with which they functioned was welfare for the world? Was it greed that motivated them? An inherent atmic greed that motivated them? The snake and the frog is actually them only, now caught in their own problems created by them. What is it? The snake turned on them? Their partnership has turned on them? The partnership did not turn on them? How do they become the snake and frog atmically going forward? Is that what Shirdi Sai Baba keeps addressing time and time and time again? Into all the births till they don't finish off paying off their debts that they owe to the world? Is there any girl who from that region who shape-shifted for Varsha, dead Varsha Sadrangani Advani? Is there any woman from that community that dared to shape for murdered, raped Varsha Advani Sadrangani? Is that the girl who has earned something like 280 yugas of Nark and Patal going forward? that girl is going to Nark and Patal at all in the future? Can I ask you how many, because she must be knowing how many yugas she's got to finish according to what seeds she has sown. Can I ask you very openly how many they are? 10 yugas is what she has earned going forward. And it is being spoken that it is Nark and Patal, the regions of pure hell. Is it 10? Is it lesser than 10? 10 to 20? Nark and Patal? 20 to 30 Nark and Patal? 30 to 40 Nark Patal? 40 to 50 Nark Patal? 50 to 60 Nark Patal for that girl who has dared to shapeshift. She's from the Marwar region, you say. The partnership of the Marwar to the Mughal? That girl? Since she hasn't introduced herself by her own name and has dared to shapeshift for murdered, raped Varsha, my sister, Varsha Advani or Varsha Sadrangani Advani. She's the partnership of the Marwar to Mughal, right? 50 to 60 yugas she has earned of Nark Patal. That woman, cheap that she is. 60 to 70 yugas Nark Patal. 70 to 80 yugas Nark Patal going forward. That woman. 80 to 90 yugas Nark Patal she has earned. 90 to 100 yugas Nark and Patal she has earned. 100 to 110 yugas Nark Patal she has earned. The one who has dared from the Marwar Mughal connection, shape-shifting for murdered, raped. The real by birth from the womb, Varsha Sadrangani Advani. That girl has earned 110 to 120 yugas Nark and Patal going forward. Is that what she has earned? 120 to 130 yugas Nark and Patal. 130 to 140 yugas Nark Patal. 140 to 150 yugas Nark Patal. 150 to 160 yugas Nark Patal. So you're saying 150 to 160 yugas Nark Patal, the girl who has dared to shape shift for taken underground, CRISPR'd, raped, murdered, from the womb by birth belonging to this family of Sindhis, Varsha Sadrangani Advani. Because of doing what she has done and stood in for dead Varsha Sadrangani Advani, murdered if I can say so. And whatever that network was, that Marwari Mughal Connect woman who has stood in, shape-shifted for her, has earned 150 to 160 yugas Nark and Patal. She has crossed paths with me. She's a cheap, ugly woman. She plays sad is the fad. She pretends she's depressed ever. Does she ever say she's depressed? She's not that one. Is she the one who has dared to talk about who is God? I don't believe in God. I believe I am God. She's that woman who has seen tomorrow. That cheap woman, she's a Marwar. She's from the Marwar Mughal region who talks that way. That's the girl who has earned 150 to 160 yugas Nark Patal. The ones who have supported her There are many people who support her from India. Are they joining her at the same realm? They're not joining her at the same realm. She used them and got rid of them, or then did not provide them with what she said she would provide them. So she left them in a lurch. I belong to her family by womb. Did that girl misuse our connections for her own benefit and actually steal from us far more than any bloody other person who says they were stolen from? Did she steal from us in the network and our resources far more than anybody else, that cheap woman? Has she murdered many people in our kith and kin network, all by the womb, nothing stolen? That girl works with Elon Musk, that boy called Reddy. She's his partner in crime. And they are on Elon Musk camp. The real Mr. Elon Musk from Pretoria is still in his human body. Are they the murderers of the real Mr. Elon Musk, born and brought up, at least for some time, at Pretoria? Are they responsible for the murder of his parents too, Errol Musk and his mother May Musk? Have they so far murdered Kimball Musk from the womb and Tosca Musk from the womb? Tosca Musk and Kimball Musk are still in their human body, but under a place where they're grabbing his genomes or grabbing the genetics or grabbing the ET, the association with the Musk family, so they stay Musks and they're able to masquerade as Musks. Is that the reason they leave somebody alive for the association, so that with the association technologically and biotechnologically they stay the grab family identity? Is that why they keep people alive, 1111 in each family? They are the culprits. He's been putting out a lot of AI videos, or somebody's been putting out a lot of AI videos on the back of fake Elon Musk. Was that automatically generated by artificial intelligence? It was taking. Have you ever been involved with the boy as Katrina Kaif? Were you ever involved with the boy as Varsha Advani? Are those automatic generated artificial intelligence, whatever is coming out, is it his conversations with me during the marriage when I say I want to leave the marriage, I'm not interested in hanging around in that situation, and I just want to break away, I don't like the energy? So artificial intelligence has actually indirectly taken up most topics with his face on it, based on the conversations. Of course, our conversations are not 30 minutes and 1 hour. It's like within 2 minutes just stating it and moving on, where I think every second, third day there's something going wrong, and so I just am thinking, I think it's a good idea to get out. I don't know, it's not making sense. Is that what artificial intelligence is actually throwing up and pointing out to the miscreant? Is it seen on everybody's YouTube, whatever it is that is going out? It is not seen on everybody's YouTube. Should I show it over here just to establish what I see? Only from the last 1 week, ever since we did this throw. with my baby photos. Should we put it out? Okay, I think for safety it is necessary. Okay, not to insult anyone, but for you to understand. This is something that has happened in which year? 2002. Starts September 2001, ends by, let's just say, August, September 2003. The claws have not yet got out, but all the stealing has happened on the back of it. From everybody connected from a base network of this. Not only at India, extended itself 2009 all the way to where? Russia. And then to America, your Trump camp. Whatever you see in Trump's newly built stuff, like the Afghanistani parliament, equated to Taj Mahal ballroom. For all the Sindhi weddings held over them and where children. The same thing he has done in your new constructed, what Trump is telling you, new room has opened. He has picked up all the design ideas from our lifestyle in Bombay, and it's not a very great one. It is only going to Cricket Club of India, all-rounder, at least every second week, hanging around the club. Or then the decor that happens from, let's just say, Koshi Gupta's God's Gift, or then her decor not at, but that is, frankly, stolen stuff yet once again. Or then Forge Aswell, or the clubs, or then just few homes that we are connected with, are kith and kin. He has literally picked up the same design and gone and done the same thing at your White House, whatever newly has been constructed by your new Trump, because that is Gerua, fake identity of Kiran Merchant. It is the same bunch of miscreants. I cannot understand why the military is not catching them. So many of your CIA agents have been murdered and replaced. The guy says Mossad and CIA is not as strong, Bisht from Raw, who doesn't even look Indian. He's saying that Raw is more strong than CIA and Mossad. That is because it is rat activity. There is no bloody intelligence. It is gang wars, hiding behind spy networks and intelligence. When are you going to wake up? Before they destroy you as an army, you are already half gone. You don't even know it. Okay, so my YouTube account has been getting bombed with things like this. This Infinite Drive is a new channel. This is not the channel. So artificial intelligence goes and puts out things like this on its own. On its own. This is not done on purpose by anybody. This is just done. Artificial intelligence keeps putting it out depending on the topic. Okay? So this is just one example. Of course, you'll have an artificial intelligence thing with the face of the person and talking all this crap. Okay? No, it is just artificially generated depending on the situation. Okay? Now, this is what the boy used to tell me, you make me a better man, and I promise you this, promise you that. That is before. And I feel dil ki chain, all that rubbish, right? Same. Okay, this kind of stuff has been populating the screens. Okay, then there were talks about selfishness also, which again has populated the screen. Okay, just to show you the kind of stuff that goes on, all right, on my now. This I have actually gone to the channel, but otherwise it keeps coming up on its own. These are all the things he has spoken in the past also, huh? And this is why I say switch on, switch off. You never would know what next is happening. Beside is what? In the shoulder blade. Okay, so this is one small example. Okay, now this is behind his mom. Why is this important? Okay, now this is why. The reason why is because I told you when it came to SRL. Now this is only about 2-3 channels. Like this, there are about 6 or 7 channels which keep populating themselves when I go to. That's me. Right? Maybe they have. That's my channel. It's just a normal channel. I got 5 subscribers and that's fine. Mostly my stuff doesn't go out, but it is for your welfare. It's not, I don't do this for attention. My most important thing is privacy, which they don't allow me. There are plenty of topics that have been discussed in that video, which used to be my grouch. When it has come to I lost the train of thought, but what I'm trying to tell you is when it has come to something going back into history. What did I tell you in the past? Let's go and put this over here. What did I tell you in the past? No, I'm no great shakes. I'm fully aware of what my qualities are. I'm fully aware of who I am. I'm not even in competition with anything. I'm telling you, these are artificial intelligence generated stuff based on the throw I'm doing. This is not the first time it has happened. If you go to live Elon Musk videos, you'll see none of this there. There, the topics are very normal. It is about actual business, which has petered out. The repetitive stuff. And about the whatever payouts there are or whatever. Right? So that is a parallel life led for the world. Artificial intelligence brings up its own stuff, which it digs out stuff. Neither am I doing anything on purpose. That person probably would not want to be found out for any reason. Right? Yet artificial intelligence is digging out the past and putting out stuff irrespective. And that parasite makes all those bloody freaking sounds, not even allowing a citizen that I am in my own self-homed home here. Doesn't even allow decent, peaceful living in my own home. That's the parasite. Who doesn't allow this girl to live peacefully in my own bought apartment. Because the way they have skewed it is they have put so much information to destabilize and murder people, most people in the family, and leaving single people like this. This is an Advani. Don't ever forget it. I'm a Sindhi Amil. Sadrangani, Advani. Jaya, Sadrangani, Advani. Sadrangani from my mother's side and Advani from my father's side. I belong to this family without these people. You for your virasat and whatever the hell it is. Ankur Patodia, you have spoken about virasat with me. Whatever you have spoken from the time you have crossed paths with me. Cheapness galore has passed and crossed paths with me. Ever since. Should I ask about your future journey? You're 5'7" and what is it with you? तुमने ठेका लगा के रखा है. What kind of a citizen are you? Not interested. Not interested. You have sold your whole baradri. Just make sure you understand that. Okay, we're on the home page of my landing page. So this reading even brought up Vijay Mallya and his old photos. Okay, the Bantwal from the very beginning. Don't know if they have actually mixed it around, because he looks very different actually earlier than what they put out after they have, charged him with lots of things. So his earlier photos, the first one and the second and the third, look more like him. He may have shapeshifters from the very. This is the surrogate advertising I was telling you, which was in place. He didn't need to go with an airline. There was no need for an airline, none whatsoever. Okay, what I'm trying to show is what is it. I don't think this is okay, but earlier was okay. And that is not his dream. Most certainly not that. That is most. When you have homes around the world, you don't need that UB city. That UB city is the confusion created for making it more complicated to catch the criminal. Nobody who has huge estates like Niladri and homes abroad would want to live like a commoner where you are sharing space with so many people, including commercial. Nobody will do that. His Niladri is actually mentioned in this read. That is because it is all connected. It is all connected with these photos almost immediately. You want to paint me as Benam and an outsider in my own family? Because you as a government, Marwar to Mughal, have done so much wrong to people like us and stolen our assets. And when you have done the stealing, you bad name this man. He had surrogate advertising in his place. He's a business person. He is not going to waste money when he knows that airline is a capital intensive loss making company. He will not do that. His core business is alcohol and beer. It is you, the third party, that messed with this man. And shameless that you are, where you stole from, you spat there only, as you usually do. This word sweetie, in the same thing we have come down. Sweetie is a word Kabir Gupta's one version keeps calling his sisters, cousin sisters. Except is that the real Kabir Gupta, or was ready shape-shifting for Kabir Gupta at that point in time? Kabir Gupta was murdered 1999. The word sweetie comes later. JJ and J also comes up later. Otherwise, I am Jayu for my family. The Sindhi network calls me Jaya Jayu. And Jayu is the Advani Sadrangani, or the Sadrangani Advani, who hasn't brushed teeth, has not showered, simply because I was disturbed from 4 or 4:30 in the morning with lots of downloads regarding Indu, Indra, Rain Varsha, or then REIGN Rain Varsha. 4 versions. Connected with Shilpa Rao or Shilpa Sadrangani Rao, Aarti Sadrangani Nanthur, or then Varsha Sadrangani Advani. And a 4th unknown factor. The mess is created by the 4th unknown factor who got rid of all 3 cousins, because it is Aarti Sadrangani Nanthur's identity that is wicked vicious. Except no Sadrangani or Advani is actually wicked vicious. We've tolerated a lot for saying no to the wrong things, so we cannot be wicked vicious. And it goes back to these days when things were called out as a no. Don't want to join wrong things. Because we are not greedy. We got plenty in the afterlife. Don't need to die here for one birth and then we're going to a shithole. Yeah, the deserts of Marwar, all the way to the deserts wherever they are in the world. Depleted and crap. Not that kind of existence. तुमको ऑप्युलेंस पता नहीं है, क्योंकि हमको पता है कौन से चोर के सामने आ रहे हैं. तो डाइम्स ही बन के पैदा हुई ना, वहीं पे तो पूरा काम होता है. तुमने देखा नहीं है एसोसिएशन पे जिसके पास पैसा है हमसे जुड़ गए, इवन दो वी आर डाइम्स. My grandfather had problems financially along with my father, but then almost automatically where wealth is at the atmic level, it will come to you. You will never have to chase it. And no matter how much you are born into poverty, as much as the land itself, attitudes itself, the way you are treated by womb to the marriage you go to, naturally, when there's poverty in it, then no matter how much you try to get away from it, ultimately that will come to thwack you one way or the other in the future. And if it was a small thwack, it will get louder and louder and bigger if you keep doing the wrong thing. That thing, I think my father, my grandfather knew way before. So we keep away. But when we are opulent in Atma, knowing the birth is so temporary, why do we have to be like starved children that once out of this birth, we have nothing happening for us? No, this actually is much lesser than what we end up. This is much, much, much lesser than what we have atmically when we leave the body and go and live in our communities, except this girl. This girl is not part of it, the rest of them. Why do we have to breathe in this one lifetime, get a piece of everything? Like desperados who have never eaten anything before. We are very opulent outside of this place. If at all you tried creating bad name for us, bad reputation, trying to financially affect us, it is you by free will doing what you have done. In the underhanded methods that your Shalina Hundalani, fake Varsha Advani, that we just spoke about on the pendulum, has justified herself doing as early as 93, 96, where Ankur Patodia was brought in and the back of it. You are the people responsible for all the mess. Post 93. That is why, frankly telling you, we've been able to tolerate you but not break. Simply because once we are out of the body, we're still much more opulent than what you've seen here. We choose not to bring what we are actually opulent with in the afterlife, because we know what we're going to be dealing with. We don't digress from our contracts because we need to go back home, which is opulent. But you, every time you take a contract, only you know what you do with it. A soul contract before you get the fetus, and then what you do with it. Okay, prior to this time, there was nothing. So these are history. It is history what I have seen. There's nothing actually except my own stuff. I want to show you when this started. So you go down and see the history of what all there is. And this is just like a small, I like looking at recipes because I'm not a cook actually. But after I've had the experience of the last 2 years plus, I've decided not to keep anybody. So I cook my own food and I keep my space as if I'm American or European. I don't think India should go down that route. But if that's what you want, all the best to you. By default, it will happen to you. It doesn't matter. Okay, so this is the history. This is a small example of the history. It's endless. It is like this only. I want you to understand when things started changing. That's Shilpa Rao, the shorter one, and I'm the taller one at her birthday party at CCI Club in the what went on to become the children's room. It used to be the party hall at the ground floor. The two circles are actually me. You have tried changing my face to Shilpa Rao, and this is Nikhil Advani. As Kani Advani later on, he used to stand like this before you murdered him 2009 and got rid of his body, I'm told, from the window of the two bathrooms in the front. You did it stealth mode. I asked, how did you get rid of him? I was told you strangulated him. And whether I was in the apartment or not, it says I'm not sure because I spoke to him on the Atma, on the pendulum, and he said, I'm not sure if you were at home. It was evening time. You got rid of him through very heavy traffic. And you threw the guni, something to do with a sack, like which fills potatoes and which fills, because there's a Udupi restaurant down. That's what he told me. Okay? This is all the history of what I have consistently watched. This is supposed to be me as a child when I was born. But there is plenty of morphing that you've done. That is me only 1993, 92 sometime, with a face pack on my face in my nightie in my bedroom. You could have morphed it. I don't know. I don't have puckered lips. You could have puckered it for me. This is before the house was broken down at 4 Jaspal 9U Marine Lines, first floor, Bombay 20. I was still in HR college. I had already met Abhay and Uday Agarwal. With Vishal Gupta at Kodi Canal is when they were introduced. Their Subhash uncle, who's married to my father's sister, Koshi Gupta, JAYA.ADVANI. So Subhash Gupta's brother's side of the family. All cathedral school boys except for Vishal. So Ankur Patodia, Abhay Agarwal and Uday Agarwal, along with your Cyrus Mistry, all cathedral school boys. From my family, kith and kin, there are plenty of people who went to cathedral. I failed the exam. I know I don't have fucking puckered lips. I got small lips. These glasses you see on me, those glasses I've had from 4th standard of Fort Convent School. Lawrence and Mayo is the place I always got my eye checking done, and every year the number goes up. So today I have a number which is around -7 in both eyes, or 7.5 or 6.75 minus. You understand? Near blind. Now, okay, you see there is this. So when you're scrolling, it could be that you don't really look at the video, but it plays. It automatically plays, so it picks up what is there on the home screen while you're scrolling to see what you can watch, right? That's me, and that Shifali Rani who got married to fake identity, CA Marwadi, who murdered her through D'Souza Fernandez network. The one in the black swimsuit. That is United Services Club, US Club, meant for the army people in Bombay. And the reason is Mr. Rani, her father, is the army man. Ramesh Chacha, I don't know how, as a civilian he quickly got because of his best friend. Chandru uncle also got, that is Vinod's father, also got that membership. My dad was third on the list, but he never got the membership. He was also trying to get the membership, but something cut it off. Me. me yet again. I had to change the mouth so that, and do something with the eyes also to see, because you keep changing it around. This is where everything has already started going wrong. We don't know who are the shapeshifters. Any which ways, over here, this is supposed to be in the ghagra me. This is supposed to be me. The one sitting here without brushed teeth, without a bath, who you call ugly. I say I'm lucky. Now, nothing has started over here. You see, everything is normal. Everything is normal. So this, I think I would have done the throw. So first we get this, which is a direct connection to what I was talking about. From thrones to tombs, how they all died. Artificial intelligence to its bestest. These are my photos. So what you call ugly is all three photos. Keeping barring that one out, this is the same person and this is me. I'm not Bena, I'm Mr. I'm JAYA.ADVANI, very much connected to this family. My father is this one, my grandfather is that one. My father is this one, my grandfather is that one. First father, then grandfather. My aunt is this one. On the side is my grandmother. So that is the one whose favorite I used to be as a child. This one, you have torn this photo or two on its own. Yeah, you like cutting nose a lot. You like messing around a lot. My father's sister with her first husband. That's my family. So how can I be Bena? I most certainly am not. I can say what you have done. Ankur Patodia, you took out black and white photos of me. You also said for every face, you may be a somebody, but there's always somebody above you. You took out black and white photos of me, and at the same time, you said for every face, 6 replicas around the world exist. It is from you that I understood that. 1997. It is you who has gone on record talking about Virasat. It is you the one who has spoken about lots of things. You are Marwari, you come from the Marwar land, I come from the Sindhi land. You're the one who has said between a snake and a Sindhi, kill the Sindhi. You have gone on record talking that. You shapeshift for SRK, I believe. And your claws never got out of my setup from that time. Neither you nor your Baradri. I'm not your Baradri, I am the Sindhi, but I'm not a snake. Because nothing I have done, nor nothing my ancestry has ever done, can remotely in the spirit world and the afterlife be equated to anything damaging to anybody. In fact, just opposite. We do good for people if we can. And if we can't do good for people for whatever reason, we just keep to ourselves. But we will never, ever, ever make excuses for doing the wrong thing. Not ever. Right? So we're still scrolling through. It starts with this. It starts with this. So this is what artificial intelligence goes and keeps putting out. Okay, and it's not that you go really, unless I haven't gone and clicked on a video. If I've clicked on a video, it will go end to end. But if it is just a little, what happens is it is probably in passing, and so it will play itself out. I'll show you how. Now this is a problem because she's black and white. That means something went wrong with her. I've been studying their language for some time now, ever since I think 2017-18 onwards. Okay? Bezos is dead. This is somebody else standing in for him. What I'm saying is, if you notice, the AI generates stuff. I go to his website to see whether this is populating his own web, where you do a search for him, whether it comes up, it doesn't come up. So it is artificial intelligence in the pick a card readings that bring it up. And it also brings up Palantir. Palantir is Pala Pala, I'm your ward. Why am I your ward? I'm not your ward. Palantir is like Palghar and Palakkad, where it is said that Sonia, Rajiv Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, the real ones, were sent there for many years, unrecognizable, recently murdered in 2025. Everything you got is a heist happening in India, spread worldwide. You hope to become a $1 trillion economy? Maybe you'll go one step forward, but it is devastating for you the next 427,000 years. That is my ode to you. You pour the seeds, you reap the rewards. Okay, so this keeps populating, then it is non-stop. And it brings a whole lot of things that are interconnected. Now, is this the same thing as that? It's talking the same thing as the same video. This is nothing but okay, now this baby is very important. My aunt, who is shown over here, who is JAYA.ADVANI, with her mother. Her daughter Timona's first son looks exactly that way. When he is born and he is coming for his holidays to Brewery House, his mother has gotten married when she is about 19-20 years old, or 21, as soon as she has finished her college. She's had a son also pretty soon. She has married a man in who's a Sindhi man, Deepak Malani, in California somewhere on the west coast. Then they get divorced after about 10-12 years or 7-8 years, not sure. But this child is already born and he looks a lot like this baby. And yes, he also can cry. It's not that he doesn't cry. The whole point is, how did this baby's DNA go out? This video is about 8-10 years old. How did his genetics, genomes come into this baby? And here he's about 3-4 years old. So that means we need to take this back 15 years. You dare to call this Advait? You call stealing Advait. You just move into the afterlife. You come in front of the lit realm of judges. The one who coined it is in the afterlife, in the Tapasvi Loka, Tapaloka. How he coined it, what you did with it, and the lit realm judges versus you will give you your judgment. If you can't understand it, it is understandable. It's okay. That's why I tolerate you. You understood? Let's continue on this and let's see what else keeps populating on its own. Now, why I am sad, frankly telling you, I was not sad, but I was irritated because when I'm scrolling through the videos, this is populating everywhere, right? At some point in time, you see most of it is not watched. It's just little in the beginning because it plays on its own. This is another I'm leaving tonight. Okay, so this is the most recent, I think. Okay. Now, none of these people are real. These are just artificial intelligence generated videos. But I say if the real Elon Musk was alive, he would have said, why are you making him look so damn desperate, right? He's British upbringing, that also Pretoria, where he's better off than the rest of most people. Nobody would like that. Since nobody's actually gone and said, what are you doing? This is just artificially generated based on what artificial intelligence recorded of situations that happened way before and connecting the dots on its own and representing it in my home based on the throw. That's what you need to understand. That is why this exercise has been done. Also over here, this may not be artificial intelligence, I have no idea. I'm saying normally this is what you see. So if you go to the website, you won't see all that trash. If you go to the website, you won't see all that trash happening, right? You'll just see normal stuff happening, just news bits. This one looks like one version of Kabir Gupta. This one, where you, this version. Face behind a face. This Ashish Bhatia from my college. One version. Okay, we don't want to show faces. This Kabir Gupta, one version. Yeah, yesterday we saw some stuff which I didn't even bother letting it, whatever, I just scroll through. What I'm saying is this doesn't appear here. Also, they're testing water, or what are they doing? No idea. How do you have this kind of stuff going out? For this guy, why does India follow this guy more than his own country? You told me you are going to be removing the filter which filters out that there's going to be no what protection on a digital network connected with my home, that you are going to be removing the filter. In short, you're trying to tell me that when I'm going to my bathroom to have a bath, now there is no filter because you killed Ritika, you murdered Ritika and Girija, who were filtering things. You also killed the handler in Saudi recently. So when you killed the handler in Saudi, when you went over there pretending to be Musk, pretending only the NVIDIA guy was the original, pretending to be all the people who went to Saudi where the guy is fiddling with his belt when he's meeting the host and the hostess. I showed it to you. That was very similar to, I think this is a fake, these are two fake, I think these are two fake photos created by you only. These are two fake photos created by you only. How do I know it? Whenever we have photos which are genuine, it is this way. Whenever you do a fake photo, it is this way. So these are two photos at the same time. Two photos at the same time, except they're different this way, but it happened at the same place. This is Aarti Sadrangani Nanthur's parents, real parents. My mom's sister and her husband, wife. And they're Aarti Sadrangani Nanthur's parents. Also, this photo seems to be a fake photo. I don't know when this photo was taken out. It is not Jaswell according to me, because Jaswell background photos are never this way. We don't have this kind of a switchboard in our house ever. And we don't have this kind of oil paint in our home ever. This is not taken out, and it is December 02. So whose house this is at, I have no idea. But this is not a photo at Jaswell. This photo is not at 4 Jaswell. It is stamped as December 1992. Additional to this are the streets of Bombay. What happened in Saudi now recently? This is the network that has spread itself. Now we asked about this lady. They said this is a fake identity compared to the same lady that you see here. This lady and this lady are supposed to be the same. We're saying this one's a fake ID. That's the original. That's her husband. He's seen over here. This man is this man. And this lady is this one. So I'm saying you have messed around with our photos. And you have done it on purpose. On the back of what, I have no idea. When it comes to this photo, this one. This is taken out at Kulaba. Subani Road, 9 Subani Road, Colaba, Bombay 5, Fair Holm. This you have put on your own. 20 with red. Stroke 701 whatever. That you did. This photo has nothing on it. क्या जया वाइन बेनाम? So your style has already been called out for what it is. So this is one of the handles missing. One day we find it broken. One morning, but this is not the only one. One electric kettle, when we have ordered it, what has come to my home, do you know? The whole handle broken of the electric kettle. All the wires out. It came from Bezos's company. Second one, handle broken. Third one is we have a little Satyam collection, little artifact, which says, the world's best dad. It's like a trophy cup. Have a look at it, that also handle broken. That's after you went to Saudi. Now recently. So you've been watching my home for the longest time, manipulating it. From 1985 onwards is what I believe. And whatever you have put out onto, and you have also morphed photos. I gave you an example of how you have tried manipulating information. And after all, come on, you're the desperado. So when you speak in your networks, down to the last mile on the street, that even when FBI, CIA comes to India to find out the truth, 10,000 people on the streets of Bombay tell them lies. Where you bend lies into a reality. तो अगर तुमको नर्क पाताल अब तुमको तो मिलना ही है. It's over for you. Before I came into my birth, actually I knew what my contract must have been. That's why we're still here and we're okay with it. We're not going to spare you. Either you keep with your contract the way it is given to you before you come into the fetus and the womb, and if you digress from it, then hear from those who kept it straight before they came into the fetus womb. यहाँ का जो बेस पैकेज है हर किसी को मिलता है. तुमको जब तू एक पिकनिक पे जा रहा है, तो हॉलीडे पे जा रहा है, तुमको तुम्हारे बैंक अकाउंट, तुम्हारे एसेट्स से क्या बेच के तुमको क्या लिक्विडिटी तुमको लेना है, वो तुम्हारे ऊपर है. और अगर तुम्हारे पास कर्ज ही है और कर्ज के सिवाय तुम्हारे पास बस उतना है कि तू एक बेस पैकेज में पैदा होवे, then you cannot steal just to justify it why you should grab. That's a very poor quality atma. Hey, when I want to call you, don't try stupidity under my bloody shoulder blade, you loser. I'm right here next to you, you bloody loser. Be careful, you loser. Atmic, debt-ridden, poor quality, loser. Forget about failure. Debt-ridden. Why, Doug? Now to dig somebody is to like somebody, huh? Maybe she turned him down. I don't know. Anything is possible. Why foo? Dig, Namo, Katrina, SL, Lean, I. Or Doug. What we saw is they took two cats. If we're talking about actual removal of I, when that girl was working in my home, but I think shapeshifters came on their place. After that girl left her job from my home, her name is Priyanka Shahi, her mother's name was Janki Shahi. You're all shapeshifters, you all don't become great wearing the ego of dead people. You're still who you are. In fact, far worse than the normal crowd. You understood? Hear it loud and clear. Nothing great about you. Your height is not more than 5'2", 5'3". Suddenly you become 5'6". Then you become 6'1". Or back or what? No date. Come on. I got my own network. No, Advait. Not that style. For Advait, the question is meditating on, let's say, Adi Shankaracharya's teachings, connecting with those realms that don't have a body on earth today. But you don't even allow that because you're a parasitic mess. You create all this bloody useless noise factor. What, Advait, you'll understand. Useless? You are just garbage. Pure garbage. In its purest form. The sewers of Sivadi in its actual purest form. No Advait. So when you have brought that girl and shapeshifters in her form, after a couple of months after she's left the job, didn't you show May Musk with all her cleaning items around her? That means the girl who shapeshifted for Priyanka Shahi also shapeshifts for Musk, mother abroad, because Musk's real mother is no more. Your artificial intelligence is picking up her old photos and her old style and preempting her responses, scripted by artificial intelligence but triggered by somebody behind the scenes. Right? What a loser. Let me tell you one thing, Reddy. The real Elon Musk would not be such a desperado. Not at all. And he would need to mix communication the way you, who grabs other people's ETs, other people's IDs, has stolen and murdered lots in the name of what God only knows, but it is unjustifiable if you really want to know. If you really want to know. There's no justification for it. The real Elon Musk could be something like me or even better. Simply because he's gone to a place where, let's just say, the diversity is amongst only two kinds of crowds and is literally in black and white. There is no grey. He's gone to the same kind of British schools, the same kind of British clubs that India's Bombay has in South Bombay. It's Euro-Indian. The same way he would have been brought up, the British, African, American, Canadian, French, whatever bloodline he is, his style would be nothing like you. Also, when he has gone out of his way to, let's just say, marry, first date and then marry Justine Musk and then later Riley. He's done it in his own time, his own style, his own back, never involving his mother or any woman. In your case, when you have played SRL, who was murdered 1995 end, you involved fake identity of Shalina Hundalani, JAYA.ADVANI. Fake identity of Malvika Lekhraj, Malu. Malvika Lekhraj, Malu's identity was equated to having met in New York Elon Musk, which is again fake identity. New York, United Nations to India and Bombay. Now when you are doing this, again you are hiding behind the May Musk fake identity, equivalent to Shalina Hundalani, JAYA.ADVANI, fake identity 1993 onwards, specifically the crap you brought in 1996 onwards, stealing my passport. But before that, doing the preparation as Varsha Jaya, Jaya Varsha, whether it was fake identity of murdered JAYA.ADVANI married to be Mrs. Koshi Subhash Gupta. or then Ritu Malya post 1992 and 93. From that time onwards, you misused all our assets of ours and our kith and our kin, due to which you have been burning, watching us for the longest time. You're envious, you are ugly, and you are trash-worthy. That's why you did what you did, because you functioned from the 6 vices of the lowest realms, pretending to be holier than thou, spiritual, traders, business people. You couldn't even keep your atmic business in place. What else to talk about you? That is the reason when you pick up the Bhagavad Gita, and in the Bhagavad Gita they establish some things and they talk about passing on for generations things that you have atmically attuned and trained for, how it actually doesn't create the grey mess you created because you stepped out of it. Now you deal with your grey mess atmically going forward. All you need to understand loud and clear: you are very good at making excuses, you're very good at throwing slush and trash on other people, you're very good at being irresponsible, you're very good at stealing, you're very good at lying, you're very good at being envious, jealous, greedy, but you're trashy at following your own spiritual laws in your own land. And that's actually the crux of the matter. They cut out somebody's eyes and they cut out somebody's mouth on the cats, as shown to me when Priyanka Shahi was working at my home. So some doctor must have shape-shifted for Priyanka Shahi in those days when I had the dream where I'm hiding behind a curtain and I'm looking in, and there is a medical table. On the medical table are 2 cats. One cat's eyes with a scalpel with the brain is cut out, and another cat's mouth and chin is cut out by that doctor. That was 2020 that the dream happened, 5 years ago. Just the way वो जो 10 औरत एक डेड मिसेस माधव ई रेड्डी के जगह पे आवे, या वो तो नहीं आती है, 10 लोग शेप शिफ्ट करके आते हैं. तो हमको मिला where that girl is screaming on my bedroom door, vis-a-vis what was found in the temple. मिला कि नहीं मिला? The artificial intelligence is picking up the past, and everything you thought you have thrashed, you will not get caught for. Forget about artificial intelligence. We are तो free. सच बोलूं, यहाँ से निकलूं, I am तो free. जिसने घटिया कर्म करा है, तुमको तो 280 युगा जाके नाक पे चल चल के रगड़ के चलना है आत्मिक रूप से, और जहाँ जहाँ तू जाएगा नट तुमको मिलेगा ही मिलेगा, in any form, anywhere, because you've been that trashy. Go to hell. We will ask over here if this is of any importance. Okay, that's a parasite from abroad making all stupid sounds with mix and bugs left around our home like a true parasite. You telling me this state has a government? No, this country has been under a siege for the last 5 to 10 years. But our military wants, without Uzbekistan's beggar bowl, wants to sing Sindhu Sindhu. गाते जाओ, it's good. Next time वो जो बोल है ना वो भी लो. Katrina, are you here? Can I call you Katrina? Can I call you with that name? That's your father's name, Kaif. Your mother was European, darling. Is your horoscope Indu Devi? Are you Indra? Did you ever, when you were first born, were you ever brought to number 4 Jaswell, sweetheart? Okay, so you are not that baby. Varsha.ADVANI, when she was born, my mother insisted on telling me Varsha.ADVANI had light hair, brown hair, and light eyes. Her name was Indra Indu according to the Chatti, which is like the naming ceremony in the Sindhi community by the Sindhi priest. You're still saying no. Is Varsha.ADVANI with you, darling? So you can't answer for Varsha.ADVANI? Ideally, you and Varsha.ADVANI should be together, but okay, if she's not there, let it be to the side. You are not that baby. You are Shambhav E. You married Umesh NTR, who did not know he's actually NTR, he thought he's Umesh Hingorani. Tamil Nadu governance changed its course, moved into the hands of some miscreants. Maybe, you don't know. Okay, let it be. This that is on my table, it says Y Doug, Namo Katrina, SL Lean, RF, I. Is that important to you? Should we take the word as good? Should we read the word Doug as good? So we'll move it back to Doug. We'll move it back to Doug, sweetie. And I'll not call you sweetie, but should we move it back to Doug? Namo is fake NDM, fake identity of Narendra Damodar Das Modi. Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi is still in his human body on earth today. Is the real Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi from the RSS days, who went into Hardwar, Rishikesh, is that man in his body? The one who did the Godhra riots, is that man still in his body? He's in his body on earth today? Is he the RSS guy who started out in the RSS as Narendra Damodar Das Modi? Are they the same people? You don't know how to turn the pendulum, is it? So you turn the pendulum differently. Okay, you're still learning how to say no. Okay, you're still struggling. Okay, so he's not the same guy. The one who did the Godhra riots is still alive. Okay, Katrina, tell me one thing. When it comes to the afternoon time, do you lose strength? Do you want me to stop this reading over here? Okay, I will stop it. Okay. I'm stopping the reading, okay, at this point.